All right, so going over Monday's trading, which was the ninth. Um, and this is the day that I'm recording in particular. So Friday, I'm not sure if you watched, if anyone's tuning in, if you've watched the live stream or not, but you know, Friday was pretty bad. Execution wise, systematic wise. My targeting was all jacked up, and so no, mentally at the time, like today when I was trading, I wasn't really thinking. I I wasn't thinking about Friday, um, but I was thinking about like how like none of my trades were working. So I feel like today I was being a little bit more antsy in a sense, to where like I didn't want to mess up. Like I didn't want to have another day like Friday. Like I wanted to do better. I wanted to take better entries. Um, and so you can see right here, I'm already jumping the gun, right? I'm looking to sell this. Why? I don't know. Like, we left equal highs up here. Like, this isn't a sweep. We haven't swept any 15-second liquidity yet. But, like, I'm so scared to, like, for some reason right now, like, I'm actually generally, like, scared to miss a move. Like, because the things that happened to me on the last trading session are still affecting me. So, like, you're gonna see, like, there are certain things that I did today that, like, I should have not been doing, yet I was doing them. Like, I'm definitely like starting to move in a really bad direction right now, and I'm starting to really notice that. Like, wow, like rewatching these trades, because you honestly just forget like the trades like when you take them, but like actually watching these over, like it's really showing me like how kind of just spontaneous I was. You can see I'm like I close the limits out, I delete all this stuff. 'Cause I'm like, what am I doing? Like, we didn't even sweep this high. Like, why do I have limits in? So now I'm actually like looking, right? So we swept these 5 minute sell side liquidities down here. We just swept this 15 second. So this is a good trade. You know, what would I be targeting? Well, once this candle closes, it's gonna be this high. That's how it should be. I need to stop looking at the blue and the yellow and the reds as targets. Those are not my targets. Those are my areas of interest. So I might need to change the color on these. Maybe just make them black rather than red. But right now, I remember it like while I'm in this trade, I'm like, oh, like I'm gonna target 21,829. I'm like, oh, like we're gonna sweep ourselves all the way through these liquidity levels. Um, yada yada yada. We're gonna fast forward here. We're still moving lower, so I'm still marking out these levels. And then we started to make our climb higher. So we swept all this sell side out right here. Um, we have our 15-second sweep, and so I'm just waiting for a sell side level to get swept so I can long. You can see we push a little bit lower, and then we're just not forming any gaps. You can see this whole way we're not forming any gaps. You can see I have my level marked out. So this would be my target. So pretty much like once it gets hit, dude, that's over. Like I should not be trading anymore. Like if I don't get in at the low, or like if there's a prior target for me, like a prior candle for me to target or something, like I should not be trading. Um, and this is where I'm talking about where I'm going down a really bad path right now. As this trade right here, yes, we got our 15-second sweep, but looking to the left again, there's no prior 5 minute candle. Like I got long on this candle here. The prior 5 minute candle's high has already been taken, right? It's already been taken. Um, and then on top of that, I'm entering off of an order block, bro. I'm not even entering off of a fair value gap. I'm entering off of an order block. You can see these two consecutive down close candles. Once price closes above and continuous order flow, you can see these are all green. Once we close above the opening price, I put a limit there. So I'm in at 789. You can look. Opening price. This is my entry, the opening price. I'm long, right? Now, mind you, this trade doesn't end up working, right? You can see we're moving along, whatever. I ended up closing the trade out early. Why? Because I didn't like how we were moving off of these levels here. I didn't like it. On top of that, I'm up $165, $155. I'm in a trade I'm not supposed to be in. This is not a system trade, right? And I don't have my prior 5 minute candle high or low to target. Like, this is just a dumb trade. Like, there's no other way to put it. So, um, looking right here, I end up closing it out. Whatever. I'm up $50 for the day. I probably should have stopped right there. I don't though. Look, you can see, I was thinking about doing it again. I was really thinking about taking another 15-second order block trade again. You can see I start marking them out, right? I'm like, oh, look at this one. Like, we can short that one right here. I'm looking at it, and boom, I would have been stopped out. Whether it be a $50 loss, $40 loss, I would have taken another L. Um, but I fight the urges. I can, like, that's the thing that you can see while I'm doing this is like I'm I might mark them out. I might put the limit, but then I sit there and look at it, and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, this is not it's not a trade that I should be in. Fast forward. I don't think I took any trades at this point, right? Up into here. So honestly, today was a lot better. You know, I'm gonna pause this real quick. Today was a lot better. I think I didn't take as many trades. The trades weren't so like over and over and over and over again. Um, but I should have never taken that initial one, that initial long. You can see though it would have paid out nicely. I was here, but now you can see okay, like now I'm actually marking out my targets. So again, we're just watching, and boom, right here. I think I end up getting stopped out. Why? Because this is not a liquidity sweep. Like, why would I do that? So we swept our 5 minute level here, right? These are equal highs. This is equal highs. I don't know why I was like, oh, I'm gonna miss the move. You know, whatever. I'm gonna miss the move. I don't miss the move. It ends up stopping me out. Look, I get filled. I get somewhat of a push lower, and then I get stopped out. Now, now we actually get a sweep. I'm watching patiently. No gaps. But there's a pattern here, right? We're not disrupting the lows of the prior candles. So I actually have something to target, you know? And you can see this will actually be one of the better trades that I've taken so far. So I think so this one is not bad, right? I got filled. This is a setup. It just lost. We got our fill, entered on the fill. Price, it kind of gets a push, and then we get some news candle, and it just wipes me out. I thought I had some slippage, so I was checking to see. I'm only down $40. Um, Fast forward a little bit, you can see still our 5 minute candle lows are not disrupted at all. You can see that the whole way up. Every 5 minute candle low is intact. And again, we swept another 5 minute high, so now I'm just waiting for a 15-second sweep. This comes back to not leaning so hard on the fractals. You can see we got a sweep, but it wasn't a fractal sweep. And then we moved lower, formed a gap, a little tiny gap, but a gap nonetheless. And we have a target, right? This is our target here. This is the first kind of trade that I've placed since Thursday. I don't even think Thursday was a normal trade either. I think I was targeting a different level because the 5 minute high had gotten disrupted. So we get filled. This was the first trade in a couple days that has actually like made sense. So we come up, almost stopped me out, but we don't because this is considered a safe high. And we actually get our move down to TP. Was it a... So this is something that was a little weird. the gap formed on this candle, but the new candle, the opening price. So I think, oh, okay, so it was actually on this candle. So, my target was correct. I got filled on this candle. This was the previous candle's low. I thought maybe I was looking at it a little bit weird, but I mean, we got straight down to target. This was like a 6 hour trade, 7 hour trade, but this is like an actual trade setup that I should be taking on a normal basis. Um, and sure enough, what to do? It won. Right. This looks like the trades that I was taking during the evaluation. Things like that. So I'm starting to realize, like, sure, I can possibly target these levels if need be. It's not reliable enough for me to be betting money on it. And that showed Friday, and that showed earlier today. You know, now this is tough. Waiting a whole hour, just kind of watching it, staying away from certain trades, and then finally, getting that winner, and just it feels good. Um, so I'm kind of putting the bits and pieces together with this model and this pattern, but I mean, so far, I'm starting to really understand the nuances, especially when it comes to the targets now, right? That's something I need to keep in mind moving forward is the targets. Like, does this trade actually make sense? Like, does it follow the model? If it doesn't follow the model by any means necessary, bro, I cannot take it. It's simple as that. That's something I need to really, really, really hone in on is if the prior 5 minute candle high or low gets tapped before I get in the trade, I cannot take the trade. And we'll see how that does. I'm in no rush. I don't want to force myself to get a payout. I just want to take good systematic trades that are just repeatable and I feel confident in taking them. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I really need to go to the bathroom, but Monday a lot better. A lot of things I need to keep in the back of my mind going into Tuesday. And like I said, I'll make my review come Tuesday when